great day wherever you are. Big thank you to my wife Jane for Monday Fun Day yesterday on her birthday as well. Just the update on that, we decided to defer going out until the weekend. So that's what we're doing. We had a couple of drinks last night just to celebrate, but we're saving it all for Saturday. Obviously, just to bring you up to date on passive wise, I haven't heard any different yet as far as 360 is concerned. Uh, Maybe tomorrow or maybe Thursday. A lot depends on our CEO Ash Mufareh, but we will let you know as soon as it has been decided on. So please keep plugging in to the normal channels to get the updates on that. And obviously, as soon as we know, we will post out those links for you. Also, this week, as far as in the chair is concerned, we have filled all of the slots, but I am looking for individuals for next week. So if you want to come on in the chair, don't be shy now. I don't bite, and I would love to listen to your story. So get in contact with me either on Facebook Messenger or Redfern number 7 at gmail.com, and I would love to have you in the chair. That is for next week. Okay, without further ado, I've got great pleasure in inviting and sharing with you probably one of the biggest leaders from Slovenia, and that is ALES HOCEVAR. And without further ado, let me bring you in ALES. Hi, ALES, how are you?
Hi, Red. I'm fine. Thank you for inviting me. I can still feel the heat because this chair is still hot from last Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great pleasure to have our CEO Ash Mufareh in the hot seat in the chair, and obviously it sounds like he wants to come back. So that is fantastic news for everyone. Anyway, Alish, it's good to see you here. I see you very, very prominently on social media, supporting your country with Onpassive. But before we get into Onpassive, Alice, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and any family, etc., please.
Well, like you already said, I'm coming from Slovenia, 2 million people, small country, but very pretty. I'm 51 years old, married, 2 children. Uh, about my career, so to speak, I started in a casino industry, but for the last 10 years, I'm working in a tourist agency. So if you want to visit Slovenia, you're more than welcome to contact me, and I will provide everything you need to have a good time.
Fantastic. I know that you are very active online, along with many of your other countrymen. And before we get into Onpassive and the reasons behind that, I noticed that it wasn't that long ago that you had a very big meetup, didn't you, in Slovenia? I saw the pictures all over the place. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, first of all, in Slovenia, we already had 10 meetings, all sorts of some gatherings, some business wise on the boat, in the nature. But the biggest one was last year on June the 3rd, almost at the same time like yours in UK.
Yeah,
If you remember.
I do. Yeah.
So you were some kind of someone to look for some instructions at the beginning, because we didn't know how to start and how to do it. You told me to contact Peter Rogers. I did. We talked a little bit, but we didn't get, well, me personally, I didn't get the answers that I was looking for. So then I said, let's do it on our own. And we did it, and it was perfect. So yeah, everything was like we wanted to. And the next meeting that I will be involved in is when the second stage of Onpassive starts, because our roles in Team Slovenia are somehow divided, and I'm a little bit covering more the business side of the
Absolutely.
so yeah.
Yeah, I think as far as UK is concerned, and UK, Ireland, and Scotland is concerned, that our next meeting, we're waiting for phase 2 as well, and we are looking at maybe having two, one for the existing people who are in Onpassive as a social gathering, music and food, etc., and then obviously a business side of one as well, moving forward. But I do agree with you. I think that as far as the gatherings are concerned, it really does help unify your country together as far as Onpassive is concerned. We certainly found that with ours. I'm sure you guys did as well. I've seen many of the photos. The boat trip one looked fantastic. Everyone looked like they were having a great time on the boat one. I remember seeing that on social media. So, Alex, tell me, when did you find out about Onpassive, and what were the reasons behind you looking at it?
First time I heard about Onpassive was, I believe, in the mid 2019. I didn't jump on the first call, but then few months later, exactly October 19th, 2019, I said to my so-called sponsor, okay, let's do it, let's try, just in case that we don't miss out something. So at that time, I was involved in one project that is still alive, but because of the pandemic, was a little put on hold in 2020. And at that time, I had more time to hear some webinars. And when I was listening to Mufareh, I said to myself, that's it. I'm gonna do it. Why I started in the first place? I was told that this will be a platform for digital marketing. And that
Absolutely, yeah.
was something that I was missing at that time. And passive income was also mentioned. So it's never too much to have some additional stream of income. And then in June 2020, one of our members, Clement, opened Facebook group. So he, my sponsor Darko, and me started to do it more on a regular basis. We ever since then, every Sunday evening, there's a week in review for our Slovenian team. Darko didn't miss one single week of this review, so I
Fantastic.
must give him a big applause for that commitment. And also, every Monday, uh, we have, well, Darko has a week in review for everyone who understands language in Serbia, Montenegro, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, because they don't understand so much Slovenian language, but we do know how to speak their language. So
Yeah,
yeah, we are covering all this region, so to speak.
fantastic. And have you got any idea of how many of the early bird founders there are within your country?
In our country, there is more than 1,300
Wow.
members in this group, and you can only be member if you are a founder. So yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. That is that as a percentage of a country, that is
The
very high.
population, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, very, very high. Because I think as far as the UK is concerned, when we had our Manchester event a year or so ago, we worked out there was probably between 10 and 15,000. And if you break that down into the population of 64, 65 million, your percentage is far higher from within that 2 million, that's for sure. It's great to see. I know that you are extremely active. And I think it goes to show, doesn't it, how unified you are as a country within Onpassive, because you make the effort, or certainly the leaders within Slovenia have certainly done that. I mean, I see you guys really active on social media, wanting to give the support to your members. And I really do applaud you for that. And it's also one of the reasons I reached out to you to ask you to come on, is because I think I really do believe that you deserve more acknowledgement for doing what you're doing within Onpassive than you may be getting, because you are so supportive of not only your own country, but also the nations that are bordering you as well, because you speak their language. So tell us a little bit then. Obviously, when you first joined, you joined very similar to many of us early birds who joined in 2018 and 19, from those videos and for that marketing platform that we were told about. During the journey of Onpassive, where do you see, or what has made you stay with it from the initial marketing platform to where we are now?
Yeah, it's a good question. Everything that was told on all the webinars about not only the business, but the way of thinking, the way of solving problems, the way of helping to those who cannot achieve success like this 1 or 2% in the world. That was the way that I personally wanted to contribute in my society. So also we have to tell that there is many African countries joining because of few of our, especially ladies, who have connections in, I believe it's in 9 countries
Wow.
in Africa. They have their people down there, and they have quite big plans to help them as well. So it will be interesting when we get going.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one, and there's a couple of underlying stories that I've recognized from everybody that's been in the chair, except for our CEO, obviously, and that is many of us have been involved with other projects, I suppose, is the nicest terminology that I can use for them. But more importantly, that the journey that we've all undertaken with Onpassive really has changed quite a lot of us in a very positive manner. And that is that everybody obviously talks about their initial reasons for joining Onpassive. But like you, what you've just said, ALES, is that we want to help in society as a general, whether it be within our own countries or whether it is abroad. And that is a very sobering realization of the majority of the people, isn't it, who are involved in Onpassive, that obviously they want to make sure that their families are safe, secure financially, but also that we want to go out into society and make a big difference as well individually. And no other company, I don't think, has ever touched so many people to want to do that than Onpassive has. And it's certainly showing in what you're saying right now.
Exactly. And if we are looking forward, for example, my goal was to bring people that trusted me, that joined me on this journey, to bring them to the level of active wallet, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That will be the turning point. When we achieve that, I will change my strategy, and I will work only with these people who have ideas, who have projects to do better also for the others, not only for themselves.
Absolutely. And I think that's in fact, you are the first person who's actually said this, and I don't disagree at all with what you're saying. Obviously, Onpassive is there for everybody, and everybody can be part of Onpassive. But I really do believe that if you're going to be a true Onpassivian, then you have to have the giving side as much as the taking side. You know, obviously, people want to be financially free and obviously have the time freedom. But I also think it's really important to work individually with those that are prepared to do good as well. And if you are prioritizing that, for me, that's a really good thing, because it means that you are not going to squander your personal time on maybe a wasted cause, so to speak. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. That if you've decided that, yep, I'm going to try my hardest to help where I can, but I'm only going to help those that are prepared to help others. And that really is, for me, a very big different outlook to many have had. And I think I really applaud you for it, because it shows how serious that you are to want to help in the right areas. So tell me, Alish, looking forward to where we are in Onpassive. Obviously, we know that September is going to be the month where we get going with 2.0, next phase, whichever you want to call it. How do you envisage things panning out as far as your country is concerned, and Onpassive as a point of where we are going to start moving within Onpassive?
You mean where are we headed as a company or as a team Slovenia?
Both, actually. You can talk about both. It's absolutely fine.
Well, we'll see what 2.0 version will be like when it's rolled out. So, but I have some scenarios in which directions I will be active. There's one more important thing that I think that is not discussed many times, that people should be aware that they will have to manage their funds because some of them are not used to do that, and I don't want that the thing that happens to many lottery winners go through when they end up broke because they are not used to handle the money. I ask our members many times, are you ready for the next phase? And they say, yeah, we're ready. But are you really?
Yeah.
So I think that help in this area will also be helpful for many of them.
I actually remember one of the webinars that our CEO Ash Mufareh was on, and he actually mentioned this. And I'm going back probably at least 2 years, if not 3 years. And he actually said at the time that he would give the support through verified financial advisors to the community to basically help and guide people as far as money management was concerned. And I do believe as well that I think it's really important. As they say, a fool and his money are easily parted. And what we don't want to do is we want people to be savvy with their money. We don't want them to fritter and waste their ability with the money just on shiny things. We want people to be safe and secure within their finances, and part of that is to help and guide them as far as education is concerned about money, because you're absolutely right, it becomes a little bit of a hot potato with many people, doesn't it? It goes through their fingers and hands very, very quickly, and what we don't want to do is for them to go broke. We want them to be able to manage their circumstances, manage their finances, and grow their wealth personally. And part of that is to educate people on money. you're absolutely right when you say to them, "Are you really ready?" And you always get, don't you, the same sort of responses and look when I'll cross that bridge when I see the money. You get that, you get a lot of this many times from many people is, yeah, if I've got that much money coming in, then I won't have to worry. But the reality is that you do have to make sure that your affairs are in order, because there's not only is the amount of money that some people will be earning through Onpassive, but also there is the tax burden, etc., that you have to make sure that you are up to speed with. And all of this is about financial education. And I was very pleased when Mufareh did mention it, that there will be something in place moving forward for that. And it's also refreshing to hear a leader of your caliber as well, that you are already proactive within this, within your own country. Let me ask you then, obviously about Onpassive, as far as when you joined to where we are right now. What products are you looking forward to the most of what you know about to start using within the ecosystem?
Well, for sure, Connect, which is one of our main guns, so to say. Everything about creating website, about transferring money. I hope that our wallet will help, because we are not working. We are in a community that has connections in India, and we know how hard it is to send money over there. And basically, there's not many products that I will not be using. Maybe old stuff, and this is not on my top 5 list, but any others will be more than welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I use editing programs and website builders, etc. right now, and for me to be able to use my own products for something that I'm already using, I'm very much looking forward to be able to have those within the ecosystem. That's for sure. So we're coming up to 25 minutes now, Alish. What I'd like to do is if you can leave a few bits of advice and parting words to the listeners who have tuned in to hear us today.
I will end up a little differently. There's one more passion that I will be going against. When I was young, I was grown up in a working family. There was no entrepreneurship mentality in our family. Uh, and I was looking for some successful people in our family or in my neighborhood, but I was shy at that time to ask them for some advice how to do things to go in these directions. And when I did, later on, when I was a little older, I got a little rude responses. They were not so willing to help or willing to teach. And I dedicated myself that when I will be able to help someone that is young and willing to learn from older ones, to see a better way, to see a different way, because I was told go to school, have a good grades, have a good job, and the old story that for the last 50 years was the only uh, philosophy that was okay, if you can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I was always looking for something different, something more. So I would be more than glad to give young people a helping hand to get some advice or even leadership to go their way, to make their ideas happen, because too many ideas go to waste because it's not a good time, it's not the right environment, and so on. So, and this is the reason why me and Darko, who invited me to Onpassive, met at the first place. When we were both in casino, I was one of the guys who gave the most ideas in 2000, after 2008 recession. The company was asking for some advice and so on. He was the main guy who was controlling these ideas. That's how we met. We didn't live in the same area, but all these ideas ended up on the table. I got some addition to my paycheck, but that's all, because every idea was not. There was always someone who didn't like the idea because they would be jobless or without their benefits and stuff like that. So yeah, that is the main thing that I want to do, to help young people create and fulfill their ideas and dreams.
Absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure if you set something up and you are the teacher, you will have many, many people wanting to reach out to you and listen to your words of wisdom. You are an inspiring man, ALES. I thank you once again for everything that you are doing for Onpassive within your country and surrounding areas. You really are an inspiration to many people, I'm sure, over there, along with, is it Darkath? What's your friend's name?
Darko
Darko.
Liga. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys really are putting your country on the map. I've certainly picked you up on the radar, so to speak, that's for sure. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend. You're doing an absolutely fantastic job. If you ever need any help, guidance, etc., please reach out to me and I will do my very, very best to help you in any capacity that I can. Once again, thank you so much, ALES, for
Thank you
coming
for
on
inviting me,
in the
and
chair.
many good interviews in the future.
Yeah, well, thank you once again. For anybody else, once again, who wants to come in the chair, I'm looking for people next year. And as you can see, I don't bite, and it's all about you. So very inspiring. I love this interview. It really does show that it doesn't matter what corner of the world that you live in, Onpassive is there to stay. That's it from us for today. Tomorrow, possible 360, but on top of that, I've got 5 memberships to give away free for the Tea Club. Make sure that you are on in the chair tomorrow. We've got Abdi Alasso from Australia. He's coming on with us as well for tomorrow. So look out for that. Look out for the 5 freebies that we're going to hand out, and we'll bring you up to date with what is happening on 360.